1 year ago, people packed Columbus City streets to protest the police killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis.
It was a moment that sparked a movement, and three well-known African-American lawmakers got involved too. 10 TV's Tracy Townsend spoke with Shannon Hardin, Kevin Boyce, and Joyce Beatty about the impact of that time and what's next.
History playing out in the streets of Columbus, Ohio, part of a nationwide demand for change. A raw response to a police officer in Minneapolis 1 year ago today, killing George Floyd during an arrest. Families, community organizers, and even three lawmakers were in the mix too. They say as a show of support, but a demonstration that got them pepper sprayed in a moment many thought would lead to much needed change. Did it? To get something of a progress report, we got Columbus City Council President Shannon Hardin, Franklin County Commissioner Kevin Boyce, and Congresswoman Joyce Beatty together again for reflection. Here we are, almost a year later. How far have we come, or have we progressed at all? Our backdrop, what many consider the heart of the Black community, the King Arts Complex on Columbus's east side. This conversation takes place just days last month after a jury finds former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin guilty of killing Floyd.
Something that should make us be in a mood of feeling that we're moving forward. But at that same time, right here in my district, in our community, we were fighting for advancing and changing police reform. Have we done some? Yes. Have we done enough? Absolutely not.
People are tired and they're hurting, and they're looking to not just us as Black elected leaders, but all of us to step up and say, when is enough enough?
When you ask the question about, where are we today, we're in the same place we were last year. Councilman Hardin said that we're tired. I would go further and say that this community is exhausted.
Yeah.
A community will take its exhaustion to the streets, but these leaders believe there's an opportunity to build on that energy. Council President Hardin points to council's work over the past year to ban no-knock warrants, prevent hiring police with hate group affiliations, and implementing a civilian review board.
The truth is, we can't do it alone. We cannot do it alone. We have to have the George Floyd Policing Act passed. Cities are trying, but this is entrenched issues.
Democrats drafted the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act to focus on civil rights and police reform. The legislation aims to combat police misconduct, excessive force, and racial bias in policing. Those issues, to Hardin's point, are entrenched but not insurmountable. All three of these leaders point to the Chauvin verdict as a move in the right direction.
You had white police officers coming and saying, we should not have the chokeholds. We should not have the no-knock warrant. Now we need to get them to say, we should be able to deal with qualified immunity. We need to be able to deal with a checkered past.
There is also the need, they say, for straight talk about race, with more than people of color being in the conversation.
The one thing that I will say is, to my white brothers and sisters out there, they have stood up and talked about this in a way that's helped move in the cause, but I challenge you to join in even deeper, because until we all are sort of getting pepper sprayed, if you will, until we all are in that place where we're willing to go stand together, then this change that we seek is just not going to occur at the pace we want it to. And so I don't want to be standing here this time next year having this same conversation that we're having today.
The George Floyd Justice and Policing Act passed the House, which is Democratic controlled, on a mostly party line vote of 220 to 212. The Senate has not yet voted.